like I'm living rent-free in your heads again, huh? I mean, if you're gonna spend your days obsessing over me, you might as well start calling me something respectable. Maybe Daddy Shizzy, or better yet, Papa Nut. Who's the grown-up here? Oh right, it's me. Let's go. Call me Daddy, yeah, that's who I am. Running your mind's like a master plan. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, take your pick. I'm rolling in your thoughts while you still act sick. Call me Daddy, it's what you mean. Why you chase the crust and I take the lead. Living rent-free, that's my name. Go ahead, say it, put some respect on the name. Man, I'm too old, well here's a surprise. I'm the one with the brains while you're stuck with the lies. You act like you're experts, but here's the reality. I'm the one controlling your mental reality. So while you're out there trying to throw shade, I'm sipping coffee and you're feeling betrayed. You're mad, I got the spotlight, now it's my time. So why not call me Daddy or Papa with a rhyme? I'm the landlord and you're just the tenants, stuck in your headspace with no end to sight, no repentance. Call me Daddy, you know it's true. You'd be lost without me, stuck in the glue. Call me Daddy, I'm holding your mind while you're scrambling, trying to find what's behind. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, don't you see? You're living in my world now, I'm a VIP. Call me Daddy, just let it be. While you're trying to figure out your own identity. Oh, I see you're confused, trying to get it right. Spinning your wheels while I'm out of sight. You think you've got it figured, but you got it all wrong. I've been running your minds all along. But sure, keep pretending you don't care. Keep saying you're done, but I'm still in the air. You got no choice but to bow to my name. Daddy Shizzy is here to own the game. You say you don't watch, but you're obsessed. Every word I say puts you to the test. Call me Daddy, Papa Nut, you know you should. Because I've been living rent-free, and you know it feels good. Shizzy Daddy, all in your headspace, and there's no escape. Good luck with that.
Holy cow. What a day. What a day. I've got so much for you guys today. It was nonstop. Oh, you're going to love tonight. If you haven't seen one in a while, tonight's going to be a fiery one, but mostly peaceful. Good to see you, Jack Miles, with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much. The first super chat of the night, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. We got you covered right here. We are spangling this helmet up. Let's see. We've almost run out of white space on here. It's a beautiful thing right there. There we go. Just for you, Jack. I appreciate you. Yes, it is quite a crazy one today. Not only did the judge throw down some game rules that we're going to play together with, but we have a new person being added to it. Not new to us, but new to the court, which is going to make it get even more interesting. And Max Labs, hey Shizzy, today Fed 2 was crazy at first. Randy destroys most defendants. And all I have to say is,
welcome to the show.
Oh yes, every single day. Welcome. Thank you, Max. Oh yes. Bag of rocks.
Monday,
Tuesday,
Wednesday,
it's awesome. Yes, Max. It is beautiful. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. What is the name of this song that was Tricks? I don't know. Could be anything. might be something that I put together. You can just look through my whole playlist of music, and I guarantee if it's something that I did, it's in there. Judge is showing his bias again. Are we surprised? No, the judge is being fair. Judge is being fair. You know, we may not agree with how fair he is on certain things, but you know, there's some things you just roll with and you go, thank you so much. That is awesome. Thank you very much, Emma. And we're gonna also get yours in there. How you doing? Your mom 5977. Good to see you. Yes. So like I said, I'm not sure the name of that song, but we also do have Welcome to the Shit Show every single day. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. We got you. We got you all covered up right here. Judge is doing his job. He's not being biased at all. Well, I mean, it could give the appearance of being biased, but I don't think it is. Oh, well, you know, that's the beauty of it. I don't have to listen to them because there's a wonderful person out there that listens, so we don't have to. And if you haven't seen her stuff, it is glorious. Oh, she brings joy to my heart. And thank you so much for that. Oh, you know what? You're gonna have to get a whole foot on that one. That was a $20 super chat. Taz, thank you so much. I looked down and I was like, oh, $2 super chat. Thank you so much. It was like, no, that's a $20 super chat. Well, let's see. We'll just have to ease a little foot right there. So you're stepping on the expert sticker. Look at that. Got a little foot right there just for you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Taz. Yeah, the anti what the hales is going to have a lot to say, and it is going to be what I've got that I'm going to show tonight is going to be brutal. It is brutal. That'll be coming up a little bit later. But first thing that we've got, let's just get through some of this craziness first, because it is yeah, we're going to start with the low-hanging fruit. How's that? Right here is what came in. Now, this came in a little bit later. It says, motion to leave for amended complaint to substitute party. Now, if you're wondering what this is about, this is, Randy filed this today, and what it is basically said is this is substituting Raymond G. Bonebreak in place of John Doe, aka Ray Bone Crusher, at Bone Crusher 4516. Okay. At the time of this action was originally filed, plaintiffs had named as a party defendant John Doe, aka Ray Bone Crusher, because his name could have been anything. This was just his YouTube name. And he has been officially named in this, basically saying that he is a United States citizen, not a resident of Ohio, upon information belief, is a host and or operator of his YouTube channel. Talks about how many people that are his subscribers to that. They do have a memorandum in support, basically saying that this is a valid amendment because freely given when justice so requires. So this is just the rundown of the legalese behind it. And what it says is here, the defense cannot show prejudice, bad faith, or undue delay. This is because the scheduling order has not been entered, meaning this motion is not untimely, and 3 defendants have sought extensions of time to respond to the operative complaint. Therefore, the plaintiffs respectfully request that the court grants plaintiffs leaves to file the second amended complaint, which they did attach in. And now the amended complaint, the only difference that you're going to find in the amended complaint under Exhibit 1 is that Bone Crusher's name has been added to it. Or should I say Mr. Bonebreak's name has been added to it. And what it does in this certificate right here of good faith conference conferred but unable to complete completely resolve issues presented in the motion, which means that the counsel for the movement, they conferred with all parties or non-parties who may be affected by the relief sought in this motion in good faith effort to resolve the issues, which means that Ducey and Helm have no objection to this motion, but as to defendants Lee, Preston, Cook, Hughes, and the undersigned, has not been able to resolve the issues of reaching out to these particular people. So that's what this is. The amended complaint, like I said, is no different than what the regular complaint is. They've just replaced bone crusher with bone break. And of course, that was submitted in. Now, there was a response to this, and I'll get to you wonderful new members here just shortly. Thank you very much. And what that was is referral and order. The order upon consideration of the foregoing, it's ordered on this 11th day. Preston had moved for a 7-day extension. Now, we talked about that yesterday, where she filed a ridiculous piece that I don't think the judge should have allowed, but the judge did. So this is where we're at now. Granted a 7-day extension to respond. Preston states she's finalizing negotiations with counsel, and that her daughter has been in the hospital. Okay. Now the motion 60, which was the one that she sent in, it's granted to the extent that the defendant Preston must respond to the plaintiff's amended complaint within 7 days of the date of this order. Okay. Which means that she's given 7 more days from the day of this order. And if you look, this order was entered in on June 10th, 2025, which was yesterday. Okay. So, very strict about this, saying this is the last extension defendant Preston will receive. She should govern herself accordingly. Okay? So she's been granted that, and she should behave herself accordingly. But that's not where the judge ended, because he also filed this right here, which is another order. And this is the plaintiffs have filed a motion for leave to amend complaint to substitute party, which means they're basically adding in bone break in the motion. Plaintiffs seek leave to file a second amended complaint to substitute bone break as a party in place of John Doe. Plaintiffs state that there will be no prejudice, no bad faith, no undue delay by filing a second amended complaint because no scheduling order has been issued, and several defendants have received extensions to respond to the operative complaint. Plaintiffs state the defendants, Ducey and Helm, have no objection to the motion to amend. Plaintiffs further state that they have been unable to resolve the issues in the motion to amend as to Lee, Preston, Cook, and Hughes. Given these issues, the court will require expedited responses to the motion to amend from Lee, Preston, Cook, and Hughes. Accordingly, it's also ordered that defendants Lee, Preston, Cook, Hughes, if they oppose the requested relief therein, they must respond to the plaintiff's motion to amend on or before June 16th, 2025. That gives them 5 days. Yeah, they'll have to have that response in. Now, only a valid response is the judge going to agree to it. If they were smart, they would just agree to it, move on. But of course, if they're doing what they like to claim that Randy's doing, which is this polyflop bullshit, then of course they'll cause more problems and delay it even longer. So there should be no reason why that they just don't go ahead and do it at all. But of course, that they're going to be a pain in the ass because, well, that's the kind of shenanigans that they like to do. Like I said, all that Randy asked for is time to have that amended. The judge did grant Lynette her ability to have more time to secure her attorney. Now, whether she does or not, that's up to her, but the judge is not playing anymore. He is not going to play with it. And that right there brings us our first open letter. And I know you guys really want it because it just makes it so much more exciting. Because the next couple of things I get into, they're not low-hanging fruit. They're pretty brutal.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzywhiznut.
An open letter to Michelle. I need 1 more week, Preston. The court giveth 7 days. The clock taketh everything. Dear Lynette, Michelle, Lacey, Alexis, pick a name, Preston. Let's not pretend this is your first time dragging the court through one of your soap opera performances. And at this point, watching you beg for time is like watching a toddler fake a tummy ache to skip school. You're not fooling anyone. And the principal just gave you your final warning. We've seen the greatest hits before, the child in peril routine, the I'm innocent of everything monologue, the I don't know how to lawyer remix, even the emotionally manipulative, but I was sick too sequel that you just dropped in your latest motion. Unfortunately for you, Judge Bolitho didn't give you a standing ovation. Well, he gave your happy ass a countdown. Well, let's be crystal clear. This is not grace. This is the judge counting down your final seconds with a stopwatch in one hand and a sanctions order in the other. And you claim your daughter was hospitalized and you were sick. And you're finalizing negotiations with a mystery attorney because apparently you've been stuck in the finalizing phase longer than your shell charity was rescuing tortoises. What exactly is left to finalize, woman? Did you lose the attorney behind your flea market table? Or are you still bartering in Facebook DMs, hoping someone will ghostwrite your motion for store credit? Well, let me spell this out for your addled brain in terms even your flea market legal team can maybe understand or halfway understand. You don't just have one deadline coming, you have 2, and the clock is ticking on both. You begged the court for just 1 more week, claimed you were too sick, too burdened, too overwhelmed with your poor daughter's hospitalization and your mystery negotiations with invisible legal counsel, all while somehow having enough stamina to keep up with the live streams, coordinate more behind the scenes chat attacks, and plan your next anti-what-the-hell's publicity stunt. What a miracle of selective energy. You're bedridden when it's time to file legal documents, but you're front and center when it's time to call Hales a predator in a live stream. Let's just recap your June 10th attempt at legal theater. You filed begging for a 7-day extension because, now stop me if you've used this before, your daughter was in the hospital, you got very ill, and you're finalizing negotiations with an attorney. That last part you've been repeating like a broken record for months. Finalizing? What exactly are you negotiating at this point? A payment plan and possum pelts? A YouTube live stream in exchange for legal services? Or maybe just a pole dance or 2? Or maybe it could be more accurate in saying that you're just stalling, praying you can run the clock out just long enough to weasel past another deadline with yet another sob story. And yet, like clockwork, the court demonstrated a shred of mercy. But don't twist that, like a pair of pasties on nipples. Judge Bolitho didn't pat your head and send you on the way with a lollipop. No, he signed that sweetheart like an order that is a man sick of hearing your bullshit excuses. His ruling might as well have been carved in granite. This is the last extension defendant Preston will receive. She should govern her happy ass accordingly. This is not judicial grace, Lynette. That's a death knell. The kind of warning the court gives right before it body slams your happy ass with sanctions so hard you'll need an emergency GoFundMe just to keep the folding table business afloat. Let's not forget, you're not some poor, helpless bystander swept up in legal confusion. You're the origin point of all of this disaster. You started the fire with your fake neighborhood fan act, your land grab lies, your diaper defamation comments, your road signs accusing someone of grape, your obsession with Jeremy Hales's merchandise, and your coordinated weaponization of social media to fundraise while claiming you're broke. You built this grift-fueled Frankenstein. You recruited the fleas. You turned your Facebook into a rumor mill and your charity into a mask for private income. And now you want the court to treat you like you are a delicate flower. No, you're not delicate. Bitch, you're dangerous. To truth, to process, and to anyone stupid enough to believe your routine. You stood in front of the judge with this crocodile tear-stained filing as if your health crisis and ongoing talks with imaginary lawyers should somehow wipe away months of documented malicious behavior. The same behavior you gleefully posted online, the same behavior you mocked legal professionals over, the same behavior that led to a 2-year restraining order in Ohio. Because even across state lines, the courts have smelled that rancid odor. And it wasn't just out of that plastic bucket. It was of your nonsense. You don't get to hide behind your child when it's convenient. You don't get to weaponize illness when deadlines hit. You don't get to suddenly care about the law when you've spent over how many decades treating the court system like your own personal stage. You can throw whatever performance you want at this judge, but you've already been cast in the role of defendant, and you're quickly turning into Exhibit A. So let's talk about what's really happening here. You're buying time for someone to ghostwrite your response. That's it. This isn't about illness. It isn't about counsel. No, it's about salvaging enough hours to slap together another Franken-filled full of sovereign gobbledygook. Live stream talking points, and definitely a lot of bad legal advice whispered to you in Telegram chants or on Facebook. But let me remind you that ghostwriting can be sanctioned. Failing to disclose who wrote your filings, sanctioned. Filing late again, sanctioned. Turning in garbage full of defamatory denial and YouTube delusion, that shit would be sanctioned with prejudice. Well, the warning has been issued. The fuse is lit, but there's more. The plaintiffs identified as John Doe, or now Raymond G. Bonebreak Jr., and now that he's being added by name, the fantasy that this was all just a vague little cloud of online rumors is gone. There's no more anonymity, no more shadowy labels, no more, we don't know his real name. We know. The plaintiff knows, the court knows, and your name is still up there in bold print. So here we are, 2 deadlines, 2 final chances, 1 very inevitable conclusion. That hammer is about to drop like a prolapsed asshole. And when that hammer drops, because it will, you won't be able to cry your way out of it. No, in federal court, no, not this time. Because you've insulted the court. You've manipulated the process, and you've mocked the plaintiff and rallied a band of hate group flea market YouTubers to do your bidding while hiding behind a fake rescue, multiple GoFundMes, and of course, a very innocent toddler. And now, in your final desperate plea, you ask for mercy. Sweet cheeks, you've got 7 days. Use them well. Because this time, when you screw up, and you will, it's inevitable, you will screw up. Nobody's going to believe in the tears. Nobody's going to believe the typos or the turtle talk. Sincerely, Shizzywhiznut. I'm not the judge. I am the echo of every deadline you've dodged and every lie that you've told, finally catching up to you and slapping you right between the eyes. And oh, it's gotta feel glorious.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzywhiznut.
Oh my gosh, you guys are awesome. Let me get some of these right here. We've got gifted one membership. Oh my, let's roll these all into one because it is
Welcome to the shit show.
yes, every single day.
A new flavor of fuckery.
Cause everybody's such a see and they're dumber than a bag of rocks.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yes.
And then 4 more days of increasingly stupid,
Oh, yes.
ridiculous, ignorant,
And Fallen Heroes become another YouTube member. Yes, yes. Oh my. Got another one there. And Carol Anderson. Thank you so much, Carol. You've been here for 4 months. It seems like just yesterday you joined. It is a wonderful place. And yes, the memberships are probably one of the lowest cost things that you could ever do for this channel. It is so inexpensive. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. And Janice, I'm starting back at the beginning, but just wanted to drop you this first. Well, you'll be caught up in no time because once you get through the letters, you'll see that I'm not that far behind. I am not that far behind, but I do have something for you. Now, let's just get you this one right here.
Dog will hunt.
Oh yeah, we got it for you right there. You got whole foot just hanging right there. You guys are stepping all over the expert. And we got MQ with the one. I want to make sure I have that right. Yes. The one spot. There we go. That's what I wanted to say. The one spot. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And we'll just get all of these wonderful stickers out of the way. And yes, people ask, what are you doing with the helmet? This right here is a collection of super chats. Every time I get a super chat, this gets added to it. And at some point, this particular helmet is going to be worth a lot. It's going to be worth a lot, and it's going to get donated out. And I want to make sure that it goes to a good cause. Bronson Rockenstone has become a YouTube member. Let me get this one and the next one.
Welcome to the shit show.
Yes.
Every single day.
It's so beautiful.
A new flavor of
And a happy tune at that.
Cause everybody's such a
There we go.
they're dumber than
And
a bag
of course,
rocks.
the
Monday,
angel. Good to
Tuesday,
see you.
Wednesday,
Ooh.
and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant,
Boulder,
boulder,
dash, poppycock, bollocks, and
fuckery. Yeah, all over again.
And well, Emma. Boy, you sound kind of sexy with that raspy voice. Sounds like you just woke up or something. Thank you, Emma. No, it's just a little bit of a cold, and it'll be gone before you know it. So you got to enjoy it while you can. Yeah, this last time I got sick, I did some intro voiceovers, which were really interesting. They sounded pretty good. Might play one of those for you sometime. And oh my gosh, you guys are just rolling in here. We've got maybe not gifting 5 memberships. Congratulations. Thank you so much, and welcome members. Make sure you show maybe not some love, because
Every
It is a
single
glorious
day,
place to be.
a new flavor of fuckery. 'Cause
Everybody's
everybody's
such
such
a
a seeing
sinner,
they're
dumber than a bag of rocks.
Monday,
I feel like a 15-year-old boy with my voice cracking.
And then 4 more days
Shizzy
of
and
increasingly
friends.
stupid, predicament,
Yes,
ignorant,
thank you, Jenny.
dash,
Jenny,
poppycock,
867-5309.
fuckery, all over again.
Gotcha. You guys are awesome. Oh, such a beautiful thing. Such a beautiful thing. Yes, it is all about having some fun. All the morons are still posting them Smoky Mountains to get you. I'm telling you, that is exactly what I said. No, it's just a big temperature changes. Poppycock. Yes, poppycock. But speaking of poppycock, Randy brought the fire. Now, I will say, if you see a filing like what I'm about to show you, if you see a filing like this, you know that they're panicking. You know that they are panicking because this is one of the most beautifully worded pieces. And I'm going to spend a little time on it here for you because this right here, oh. Response in opposition to defendant's motion to dismiss for failure to state a claim under 12b6. Say 12b6 one more time, asshole. Document 53. And here's the argument. The amended complaint adequately alleges Hughes' conspiracy to commit violations of Florida's Deceptive and Unfair Trade Practices Act, Florida Statute 501.201, and would just say false advertising under the Lanham Act, and the tort of tortious interference with advantageous business relationships, which is count 10. Oh boy. Now, you have to understand, Hughes claims that the amended complaint relies on vague assertions of coordinated and conspiracy and that there's no actionable underlying tort alleged. Hughes further claims plaintiffs have not pled any actionable conduct by Hughes with the required particularity, that these claims lack merit, and that the motion to dismiss should be denied. Well, do you think they should be denied? Oh, no. Because Rule 8A2 of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure provides that a complaint need only contain a short and plain statement of the claim, showing that the pleader is entitled to relief in order to give the defendant fair notice of what the claim is and the grounds upon which it rests. Generally, to survive Rule 12b6 motion to dismiss and meet the requirements of Rule 8a2, a complaint does not need detailed factual allegations, but the allegations must be enough to raise the right to relief above the speculative level. When deciding a Rule 12b6 motion to dismiss, a district court must accept a plaintiff's well-placed factual allegations as true, and must view the allegations in a complaint in the light most favorable to the plaintiff. You getting it right now? It is well established that the courts must consider that the complaint in its entirety, as well as other sources courts ordinarily examine when ruling on 12b6 motions to dismiss. When reviewing a motion to dismiss for failure to state a claim, courts should read the complaint in its entirety. First, to state a cause of action for civil conspiracy, a plaintiff must plead 1, an agreement between 2 or more parties. I think they've done that. 2, to do an unlawful act or a lawful act by unlawful means. 3, the execution of some overt act of pursuance of the conspiracy. That's been there. Damage to plaintiff as a result of said acts. That's there also. In pleading conspiracy, the plaintiff must further identify an actionable underlying tort or wrong. This is because there is no freestanding cause of action in Florida for civil conspiracy. Rather, the conspiracy is merely the vehicle by which the underlying tort was committed. And the allegations of conspiracy permit the plaintiff to hold each conspirator jointly liable for the actions of all the co-conspirators. And if you're wondering exactly what that means, is if you're just the getaway driver in a bank robbery, although you didn't commit the robbery, you were still part of the group of people. You could be tried as such. That's just an analogy. I'm not saying anybody's robbed a bank. Second, the existence of a conspiracy is an individual's participation in it may be inferred from circumstantial evidence. An agreement to engage in civil conspiracy need not be expressed in words and may be implied and understood to exist from the conduct itself, such as being on live streams, constantly talking crap, getting together with people, documenting these kinds of things, private little messengers between each other saying, hey, did you see what I did to so-and-so? Yeah, all of that comes into play. Third, under Florida law, each co-conspirator need not act to further the conspiracy, but need only to know of the scheme and assist in it in some way to be held responsible for all of the acts of the co-conspirators. In other words, if you were involved in I'm just the driver and the bank robbery occurs and just happens to delete somebody during the commission of that particular crime, then that means that you would be held just as liable because you were knowing of the scheme and you assisted in it in some way, and then you can be held responsible for all the acts of those. In count 10 of the amended complaint, the plaintiffs reference in detail 3 underlying actionable unlawful acts or lawful acts by unlawful means. And what it is are basically these right here, which says the violations of Florida deceptive unfair trade practices, false advertising under the Lanham Act, and the tort of tortious interference with advantageous business relationships. The amended complaint demonstrates that Hughes engaged in a conspiracy with all defendants to commit violations of Florida's Deceptive and Unfair Trade Practices Act, false advertising, and tort of tortious interference. To begin, the alleged scheme is unlawful, which right here it says unfair methods of competition, unconscionable acts or practices, and unfair or deceptive acts or practices in the conduct of any trade or commerce are hereby declared unlawful. Violations of Florida's Deceptive and Unfair Trade Practices Act can result in civil penalties, including fines and attorney's fees. And in some cases, penalties can reach $10,000 per violation. And it shows you right here, 15 U.S.C. of the Lanham Act provides a cause action for false advertising, unfair competition, the tort of tortious interference with business relationships, actionable tort. Secondly, the plaintiff suffered injuries, damages totaling over $5 million in losses. Third, the agreement between Hughes and defendants is evident and can be inferred from circumstantial evidence in the amended complaint. Remember, this is a civil case, not a criminal case. To determine whether a plaintiff has adequately alleged conspiratorial agreement, courts consider factors including proof that the defendant committed an act that furthered the purpose of the conspiracy, which they've done that, and also that the defendant's knowledge of the conspiracy's objective. Yes, they've done that because they've bragged about that. 3, the defendant's association with the alleged conspiracies, and that's been proven. And 4, the defendant's, there's more to it probably on another page. So, as it says, Weeks agreed to launch a campaign to damage Hales as evidenced by her actions, as outlined there. Weeks was chosen by Preston and Preston's podcast or PR person, which they've claimed that also as part of the Anti-What the Hales media ecosystem and the malicious conspiracy to harm Hales. All other defendants have appeared on Weeks' online platform channel as part of Weeks' scheme between June 24th to date, at least once. Since May of 2023, to date, Preston solicits money publicly via Facebook marketing, GoFundMe projects, receiving money from customers, and from Weeks claiming she is indigent, I'm not going to say it right, while withholding her true income, including operating a flea market. Now, what they're talking about is they're talking about Preston. She's been saying that she got no money while withholding her true income, including operating a flea market shop from federal and state governments and consumers. She further fails to declare her income from donations to her 501c3 charity. Now, Cook, upon believing Weeks was giving a great deal of money to himself and Preston, suggested during Weeks' live stream that they all go on a cruise together. Now, that's where it continues on with the rest of it. On or about November 15th, Helm appeared in Weeks' YouTube live stream and stated regarding the false signs about Jeremy Hales. I saw a picture Jerm planted the signs himself. Helm also invited Matzkin to appear with him on Helm's YouTube channel, and he did so in 2024, thus displaying their relationship as joint tortfeasors and co-conspirators for all the world to see. Now in 2024, the YouTube live stream on Weeks' business platform, Kesey makes false statements about Hales and Mr. Hales. Matkins appears with Kesey with Weeks on her YouTube channel. Jerkendorf or whatever has appeared online and his other YouTube channels with Matzkin's Weeks, Kesey, Raymond. Raymond recommends viewers to watch YouTube channels of all of the rest of them. Matzkin, Helms, Weeks, Preston, Cook, Luthman, and Hughes personally post to a hate group designed to damage the reputation of Hales and Mr. Hales, where comments from all defendants are posted in this hate group, including, without limitation, links to false YouTube videos, pages about Hales and Mr. Hales, along with revenge prawn, and they just keep posting. Now, the above shows the execution of some overt act in pursuance of the conspiracy, financial incentives to participate in the conspiracy, used degree of knowledge of the conspiracy's objective, acts committed in furtherance of the conspiracy, and close association with defendants. Plaintiff's allegations are sufficient to defeat her motion to dismiss. As a conclusion, for the reasons stated above, the court should deny in full Hughes' motion to dismiss. Should the court grant the motion on any ground, however, it should do so without prejudice and afford plaintiffs an opportunity to amend, to address any perceived defect. Submitted by Randy Shockett. So if you think Randy was playing around or he was just, he's just a disgruntled, an attorney. He's in such bad shape. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's a complete clown. Oh, well, I think that Randy just showed right here how much of a clown he's not. And I think they just got clown owned, if that's the case, because that's brutal. But it's not as brutal as what I have coming for him, because it's going to get a little more brutal.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzywhiznut.
An open letter to Marla Hughes. The passive conspirator fairy tale dies in federal court. Dear Marla, you must have clutched your keyboard with trembling fingers when you set that in motion to dismiss, didn't you? Like someone creeping through the courtroom, hoping the judge wouldn't notice you in the back pew. Your hands clean, your voice soft, posture passive. But that illusion shattered the moment that Randall Shockett stepped forward in his latest filing, because what you submitted wasn't a motion. It was a feeble prayer for invisibility. When Randy didn't just respond, he lit your filing on fire. He danced in those ashes and used your own quotes as kindling. You played the oldest trick in the book. Pretend you're merely adjacent to the wrongdoing. You called the claims against you vague, as if the mountain of evidence in the complaint amounted to little more than a gossip and coincidence. You argued there was no actionable conduct tied to you with particularity, like someone denying they joined the bank robbery because all they did was hold the bag, drive the getaway car, and count the money. You wanted the court to believe you're just a passive observer in the what-the-hell's ecosystem. Just a sweet Florida resident just happened to repeat, repost, and reaffirm defamatory attacks on a man whose business platform and personal safety have been constantly under siege. But Shockett didn't buy your excuse, and neither should anyone with basic reading comprehension, which leaves out the fleas because they don't have it. Randy's filing didn't just refute that claim, it made a public spectacle out of it. He lined up specific paragraphs with surgical precision and showed that your name isn't just in the complaint. It's marbled through it like fat in a ribeye, or on Kankle's back. In fact, his response dismantled your argument using exactly the kind of case law and factual specificity that you claimed was missing. While you tried to hide behind Rule 12b-6, Randy invoked Twombly and Iqbal, I don't want to say those names wrong, just as legal decor. But to show you that his complaint exceeds the pleading standard by miles, he reminded the court that conspiracy doesn't require you to light the first match, only that you help fan the flames. And you, Marla, you not only fanned those flames, but you brought marshmallows with sticks and a cold, cold beverage. Let's talk about what Randy revealed, that you're just not some ghost in the narrative. You left digital fingerprints everywhere like a dirty, nasty child that got into the inkwell. You emailed government officials parroting false claims. You declared on public record that Jeremy Hales posted slurs and lies every single day. You wrote that he sent his followers to report Michelle to state agencies, and that CPS, the IRS, and the health department were deployed like attack dogs under his command. You accused him of faking videos, manipulating facts, and endangering a child, not just once, but consistently with rhetorical venom. And yet you stood before the court and asked it to believe none of this rises to the level of actionable conduct, that none of it constitutes defamation. You actually had the gall to ask for dismissal on the basis of vagueness, while the paragraphs naming you, quoting you, and citing your actions stretch into the freaking double digits. Randy didn't just counter your motion. He eviscerated the idea that you're on the sidelines. He cited your own statements. He traced your footprints through Facebook, through the hate groups, placed you clearly defined conspiracy that stretches from Weeks' live streams to Helm's soapbox to Matzkin's late night tantrums. He showed that you participated in a coordinated campaign to harm Hales, both personally and professionally, by pushing those false narratives, amplifying the malicious content, and aligning yourself with people whose goal was clear: to destroy Jeremy, to destroy what the Hales. You did that. You argued there was no underlying tort as if the complaint doesn't spell it out in explicit terms. 3 of them. FDUTPA violations, Lanham Act, false advertising, tortious interference with business relationships. Well, shit, you said the conspiracy theory was just too speculative, but Shockett pointed out correctly, I might add, the conspiracy in Florida can be proven through circumstantial evidence and inferred conduct. The law doesn't require a signed agreement or some little secret handshake. It requires knowledge, intent, and participation. You, like the brain-dead meat puppet that you are, met all 3. The most embarrassing part, you thought you could get away with the same playbook that the others are trying. I'm not the leader. I'm not that important. I'm just a friend. Sweet cheeks, the court don't care about your perceived importance. They care about impact and involvement. You injected your cockwasher into this legal and reputational smear campaign, then act shocked when your name ended up on the caption. Your own messages, your own posts, your own associations handed Randy all the rope he needed to hang your motion by its own logic. Oh, and if you thought the judge was going to ignore all that because you kept your name off the YouTube thumbnails, well, think again, sweetheart. The conspiracy isn't built on who yells the loudest. We know who that is. It's about who plays a role. You shared the microphone. You stoked the fire. You held the line when it mattered. Oh, and now when that accountability's at your doorstep, you want to disappear behind a boilerplate motion to dismiss? Good luck with that. Shockett's response doesn't defeat your motion. It exposes the entire farce of your defense strategy. You weren't passive. You weren't peripheral. You were in it, Marla, deep in it. Every like, every share, every dog whistle post to the anti-Hales forums and Facebook groups puts you squarely in the nexus of liability. That doesn't include all of the emails and texts that you sent to people that aren't even involved in this case. You had motive, means, and opportunity in the court. Now, oh, they've got the proof. So here's the truth that you've been running from, Marla. You can't dismiss reality. You can't pretend your public record doesn't exist. You can't erase your footprint from a trail of conspiracy just because you wish it weren't there. Randy didn't just argue the point. He buried your ass in it so deep that you're going to have a hard time digging out of this one. Sincerely, Shizzywhiznut, just the guy in Velcro shoes reading your vague excuses while Randy curb stomps them with citations and screenshots. Good luck.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzywhiznut.
Oh, I thought you guys might like that. That was one of the more interesting ones. But we've got something that's a little darker. And I'm going to show you the underbelly of the kind of people that these freaks are. I really want to show this so bad. And I think that you guys deserve it. I think you deserve a good round of reality that I don't think that you're going to find on the other side of this. Now, whenever this came out, whenever I first saw this, I looked at it and I couldn't believe what I was reading. And what you're about to see is going to show you the kind of lowlifes that these people are, the kind of people that Jeremy has been dealing with for what, better than 3 years now. These are the kind of people that are not only trying to ruin Jeremy, but it means that Jeremy is winning, and he's winning a lot. He has got them backed into a corner, because if they're doing this, this is going to show without a doubt how effective Randall Shockett is. It is going to show you the levels that they will go to. It's going to show you how freaking powerful Randy is, and he doesn't even have to try. He's doing this with one hand tied behind his back, with a judge that's happy to sanction him, and yet does nothing against Bubbles. You want to see this? You want to see this? Let me grab a nice cold beverage, because my throat is getting dry. It won't be but just a minute, because I just got to get this. I've got it just sitting right here, and it's going to be glorious. You have no idea what door I'm about to kick down. But I think that you're going to like it whenever you see it. I really do. So give me a second. I'm gonna play my morning intro, but I'll be right back. I just need to get something to moisten the vocal cords. Give me just a second.
Baby, morning's here again. So let's do this, sugar, no cream. Wake up slow, take a sip. Shizzy's got 'em losing their grip. News so dumb, what can you do? Laugh it off, let daddy guide you. You know Papa don't flinch, don't blink. Ooh baby, he's sharper than you think. Morning whiz, take it in. Shizzy's got the world on spin. Fools keep falling, truth's on fire. Papa Nut just raised the choir. Oh no, they tried to fight. Now they're howling through the night. They poke, they scratch, they beg, they plead, but Shizzy's dancing while they bleed. Pour it black, keep it light. Shizzy's teasing you right. Morning whiz, taste the show. Sip it slow, let it glow. Trolls are crying, the game is set. Baby, they ain't seen nothing yet. Now that's a morning sugar. The coffee's hot, the takes are hotter. And Shizzy Daddy, oh, he's just getting started.
Right. Let me bring this thing up here. So this was emailed to multiple people, and what it was is an email that came to me, and I've blocked out the email addresses. This was sent by Ducey, and you can see that Volmit is include 2 leaves in a toilet bowl, bone breaker, torque and dork, umbrella guy. You know, the umbrella man, that umbrella guy, the Megan Fox, paint chips, Shara, me, lips. And what it is he sends out an email to the Florida Bar examiners. And he starts this out with, "Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. I got it turned off now." What it is here is he comes out with Amanda. Now, I've seen these kind of emails before. Amanda who? So you're saying that you reached out to someone named Amanda. Well, it could have been, you could have just been emailing and they said, "No, this is a man." And you don't know because, well, they didn't put a last name there. Of course, who answers his call? A receptionist. But the only problem is Amanda doesn't show up on their staff anywhere, like they don't exist. They answered my call, was very helpful in suggesting I write this email to alert the board to the need for an investigation of the admission of attorney Randall Shockett. As I said, this is showing exactly how effective Randy is. Now, as he attached an Arkansas Supreme Court decision trying to make it clear Shockett was and is unqualified to hold a law license. Well, if that was true, then why does he hold one and has held one for quite some time? Because this Supreme Court decision was issued in, 98? Now, what Double Deuce doesn't seem to understand is for him to be administered into the court, he would have had to disclose this, which he would have done. And all of this right here is speculation by Bruce, because all of that is private. He doesn't get to see that. His admission into the Florida bar is not allowed to be seen by Ducey, and that's really got to piss him off. And then, of course, in 2018, Randy did have something that he had to be seen in front of the bar, and all of that stuff was kept quiet also, because they like to keep those things quiet unless it would have been something that could have got him disbarred, which apparently he didn't, because here he is in 2025, and he's still practicing law. And that's the only mark he's had on his name since then. But that's not enough for Ducey, because, see, it isn't about getting this to the bar. This is about a narrative that he's trying to push forward. This is a narrative that he wants to get out there for everyone. Okay? He wants to make it appear as if Randy's doing something shady, which he's not. He's just acting as an attorney. And of course, he's going to throw in there arranging kickback income while on suspension for that. But this does not matter, because this is all speculation. This is also highly illegal that he's doing this, because he is in trouble right now with the state of Florida. He is in a lot of trouble right now with the state of Florida, and doing this makes it even worse. Upheld by the Arkansas Supreme Court, which detailed his criminal actions and his perjury on his bar application. What year was that? What year was that? All of this would have been brought forward in front of the Florida bar. This would have been discussed ad nauseum. Randy would have had to explain every single thing that happened, and he would have had to answer in front of the bar before he would have got his admission. And somehow he was able to still get admitted to the bar. Well, and how did he gain admission to the bar with these credentials? Why, you ask, Brucey? How are you allowed to still practice law with your credentials, with the sanctions that have been brought against you about you and all the illegal shit that you've done? How are you still allowed to practice law? Well, of course, he must believe that Randy must have lied on his Florida bar application. Like I said, this is not to the Florida bar. This is to you, audience, because he wants to make it appear as if Randy is some horrible, horrible person that doesn't know what he's doing, that's lied his way to get where he is today, which is just an attorney that does the best he can for his clients. And of course, what does he say here? He calls Shockett a menace, saying he's using his law license to carry out some made up bullshit name. What is that? What exactly is your polyflop? What is that, Deuce? Do you even know anymore? Or, oh, that's right. It doesn't exist anywhere except in your twisted little mind. On behalf of a single client who makes income generate. But you have to understand that that's not his only client. Shockett has multiple clients. Jeremy is just one of multiple clients. And of course, he's saying that, well, it's just an income generating YouTube content out of legal proceedings. No, you would be incorrect again there, Deuce. Yes, Deuce Foreskin. You have to understand that yes, he makes money off of YouTube content. This just happens to be part of what is going on. But of course, you don't understand the difference because well, let's see, you're failed at being a husband. You're failed at being an attorney. You're failed at being a human being. You're failing at being an attorney. You fail at just about everything you do. I mean, maybe lay off the weed for a little bit and get a grip on maybe being a human. And doing shit like this shows how much of a human that you are not. Because this sounds like a Karen that's pissy because he's just got his ass handed to him multiple times. And the more they file, the longer they drag out litigation. But you have to understand, whenever you file shit like this, you're dragging it out even further. That your clients have dragged this out even further. I think Randy's way too damn nice. I mean, me personally, if this was me and in Randy's shoes, I would have had his ass nailed to the wall for all of the shit that he just pulled here. I would have him up on some serious crap, because that's what it is. The more they file, the longer they drag out litigation, the more motions and proceedings along the way. Who is the biggest dumbass that has filed the most bullshit and court pleadings? Just in Fed Case 1, who is the one that has talked their clients into creating extreme litigation, has gotten other attorneys involved in it, and has carried this shit on for way longer than it's needed to go? Who is the dumbass that couldn't bring their happy ass to court to face the music? And now it looks at even higher sanctions. Who is that? Who is the one that has gotten not only disbarred attorneys, but clear psychopaths involved in this? The more they file, the longer they drag it out. Well, I'm not asking the board to become involved in examining Shockett's legal filings. No, that's exactly what you're doing, because this is what you did right here. So you are lying again. For those, he will be facing a Rule 11 motions and vexatious litigation actions against him. Tell me how. Tell me how that he's going to be facing vexatious litigious whenever you've got what's her name? Lips. I don't know. Lips. Something about dragging face on ground. I don't know. It rhymes with fart or something like that. So how much has she brought fart face in on these kinds of things? That's been involved with this for quite some time. We can trace it back how long she's been involved in this shit. What about Luthman? What about that little fat fuck? How long has he been involved? How long have you had Vomit involved? We're talking about people that have stalked, that have harassed, And you're bringing these people in and you're saying, oh, they're just doing this to prolong the litigation. You're the one that's prolonged the litigation on this by filing frivolous crap. The judge made it very clear to stop, and you still continue to do it. Oh, I'm calling for the board to investigate Shockett's admission to the Florida bar and, if possible, to reevaluate his qualifications at the time of his admission in light of the information here that was obviously not. How is it obvious? Because that would have not been shown to you. You would have not been able to see his admission to the bar. Why? Because that's kept private. You see, you're not on the bar. You have no idea what was filed along with it. You have no idea the conversations they had with people. Hell, if I'm not mistaken, you probably weren't even practicing law at that particular time. Because what was that, 98? Which means that he was already barred by that time. You're an idiot, Bruce. Why don't you just face the consequences of your own actions instead of, well, let's see, dragging other people into a whole bunch of shit? And what is this going to do? Because I do believe that the Florida bar won't investigate jack squat during ongoing litigation. Yeah, sorry. It pisses me off a little bit. The only thing BBB has done is connect all the ecosystem by CCing all of them in the email. Thanks, BBB. All the fucking best. Thank you, Bonnie. I appreciate you. And yes, that is all he's done. He's shown right there that this is a group and a conspiracy to destroy people's reputation, to destroy their business. And they're still at it. They're still going for it. They're still wanting to carry this crap out. Thank you very much, Bonnie. Now, see, everybody didn't get copied on this. It was wonderful that dumbass had to send that to me. And of course, I did block out the rest of this here where lips drags across the floor decided to respond as, oh, go get him. It's so wonderful. It's just so smart. And of course, you've got Bone Break, which is now named in the lawsuit, gone, yeah. How do you think that's going to work out for you, dumbasses? How do you think that's going to work out for you? Well, I know how it's going to work out for Randy. Randy doesn't have to respond to jack squat on this. All Randy has to do is just keep owning your ass in court. And that's what he's going to continue to do. He's going to continue to own your ass in court. Because you don't understand, Bubbles. All of this is going to be coming at you. All the hate and the spite and anger, all the bullshit that you're pulling, it's going to come back around to you tenfold. And it's going to hurt. It is going to hurt so bad. And it's going to be glorious to watch. Because if you think that Bolitho is going to appreciate this kind of crap, you think that Bolitho's going to appreciate this? What do you think Bolitho's going to do whenever he gets wind of you doing this kind of things? As an attorney, what do you think he's going to say? Do you think he's going to just overlook it and go, no, we'll just let this one pass? Or do you think that he's going to have a little bit of something to say? Oh, they're going to lose more than everything, because what do they have now? What do they have now? They've lost credibility. They've lost credibility, Alex. This right here is someone trying to destroy another person. And what do you think is going to happen to him? What do you think is going to happen to him? Well, I know what I did. I know what I've written. Would you like to hear it? I know that you would. I know that this one is oh so good. But I want to tease you a little bit longer. This right here is the kind of garbage. This is the kind of garbage that you don't do whenever you're a legitimate attorney. These are not the actions of good faith. So whenever you see these kinds of actions by Bruce, you're seeing the death throes. You're seeing him out there flipping his shit. This is just PR. And anybody that buys into any of it, you're getting duped because they're using you. I really still am amazed how many people are throwing money to keep this going on. Don't tease. You haven't had your coffee today, Emma. All the more reason to tease. And I'm really good tease. You have no idea. Love when the badger with the coffee. He said your breakfast needs to be Mrs. Badgers and Curls. Whoever said he was a good attorney? Whoever said he was an attorney? Oh, but I have it for you. I have probably one of the most brutal things that's ever going to be sent to the bar. And I really do hope that the bar reads this. I really do, because it will be sent to the bar. Just so you guys are aware, the Florida Board of Bar Examiners is going to get this email. Just so Ducey knows, they're going to see this email. Just so all of you know, this will be sent to them. And what I'm about to show you, I hope that you guys enjoy it just as much as I enjoyed writing it. Let's bring it on.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzywhiznut.
Dear Florida Board of Bar Examiners, let's start with what this is. It's not a good faith report. It's not a principled concern. This is a thinly veiled, legally dangerous smear campaign orchestrated by a court-sanctioned clown who's so deep in procedural quicksand that he's now throwing wild accusations at opposing counsel because he knows he's losing. Deuce Foreskin, who you may know from the docket under reprimanded, sanctioned, ordered to show cause, and subject of an upcoming Rule 11 hearing, couldn't beat Shockett in a courtroom. So now he's trying to kneecap him in the bar licensing office by throwing a 20-year-old allegations around like it's a red-hot revelation, and screamed fraud like a toddler who lost a game of Monopoly. But this isn't about integrity. This is about intimidation, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is your first red flag. If you want to see what abusive process looks like, you just received it in your inbox. Let's put it plainly. Randall Shockett is a licensed member of the Florida Bar in good standing. He's not under current investigation and is doing exactly what a competent lawyer is supposed to do: aggressively litigate on behalf of his client. Meanwhile, the author of this amateur hour hit job, Deuce Foreskin, has racked up more judicial scoldings than a sovereign citizen in traffic court. His conduct has already triggered Rule 11 warnings, multiple sanctions, motions for sanctions, a withdrawal from the record citing discharge, and most importantly, a formal order by Magistrate Judge Zachary C. Bolitho requiring him to show cause as to why he should not be further sanctioned for violating court decorum, flouting deadlines, and playing procedural games. If Mr. Ducey is contacting your office in effort to derail or influence current litigation against him by impugning opposing counsel through extrajudicial channels, you may want to contact Judge Bolitho directly, and I will have his number in there. The nature of this communication suggests not just in bad faith, it suggests a deliberate attempt to interfere with an ongoing federal proceeding, using this board as a prop in his last-ditch effort to avoid accountability. Judge Bolitho can provide you with all the necessary context and the case numbers regarding Ducey's conduct, which includes the filing of frivolous motions, ghostwritten screeds for pro se litigants, and strategic non-appearances designed to stall and distract. Now let's talk about the rest of the sad caravan that Bubbles carbon copied on his tantrum. Let's start with Leslie Ann Faradagos, Florida bar number 100351, aka Legally Lips. The disbarment that never was. Despite her current retired status, she is on public live streams actively giving legal advice, presenting herself as a practicing attorney, and inserting herself into ongoing litigation under the guise of commentary. She claims she's not licensed, but repeatedly references active legal strategies, client matters, and even attempts to crowdsource litigation plans. If you're looking for someone misrepresenting their bar status to the public, this isn't hypothetical. It is currently happening. It's happening right now. I'm more than willing to provide links, timestamps, and full transcriptions of her recent statements for your investigation. And if the board is truly concerned about protecting the public, perhaps it's time to reevaluate whether permanently retired still fits, or if disbarred would be better to serve the record. And speaking of disbarred and fresh off probation, you've got Paint Chips, the man who talks more about law than anyone who has no rightful right to practice it. In United States v. Luthman, case number 117CR0064-ENV, U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of New York. Well, Paint Chip was indicted and ultimately pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit wire fraud, identity theft, and access device fraud. His crimes weren't small. He was running a shell company scam using fake identities, laundering money, orchestrating elaborate financial deception schemes. He even used the identities of real people to set up fake companies, which then he used to deceive third parties. He's also a resident of your state, including financial institutions. These cases involved wire fraud, 18 U.S.C. 1349, access device fraud, 18 U.S.C. 1029, aggravated identity theft, 18 U.S.C. 1028A. Well, Paint Chips didn't just break the law, he shattered it, and when it came time for sentencing, the court made no mistake about the seriousness of his actions. In 2020, he was sentenced to 14 months in federal prison. That's not a typo. That's almost 4 years for the kind of conduct that gets your name permanently inked in Westlaw under cautionary tale of dumbass. His jail time was the direct result of calculated, ongoing criminal activity that crossed from unethical into full-blown federal felony territory. And yet here he is today, ghostwriting legal content, filing lawsuits under pseudonyms, and co-hosting live streams with Deuce Foreskin, pretending he's still got a JD that isn't permanently stained with felonies, fabrications, and fraud. So while Bubbles is screaming about Randall Shockett's Arkansas dental detour from decades ago, he's proudly coordinating an actual convicted felon who served prison time for fraud and identity theft. Disbarred in New York while on probation, he was also convicted of creating Facebook pages targeting political candidates. Indicted, convicted, pleaded guilty to fraud, identity theft, and perjury, claimed he was tortured in federal prison, then somehow decided the best way to re-enter the public discourse was by joining Deuce's defamation clown car. Yeah, Paint Chip now fancies himself an expert on law despite having no license and a conviction record that makes him legally unhireable to clean toilets in a courthouse. He's filed pro se lawsuits under sock accounts, inventing new legal fictions every week while leaking strategy to anti-what-the-hell's goon squad through Substack delusions and live stream rants. Then there's this worthless piece of human excrement, Michael Volmet, a self-styled journalist with no publication credentials, no objectivity, and no restraint. He spends his days emailing PDFs to lawyers like he's breaking Watergate, then raging on Substack about YouTubers who won't talk to him anymore. Oh, and by the way, his greatest hit? He's illegally recording a federal sanctions hearing involving Deuce himself, in direct violation of Local Rule 5.1 and 28 USC 530.753C. That's right. He spied on a federal court proceeding. He recorded it without permission and shared the contents with the very parties being discussed. That's not journalism, that's obstruction. You might want to ask Bubbles why that wasn't mentioned in his little mass email, since he's known about it for months. Ducey's email pretends to care about integrity while promoting a baseless retaliatory smear against Shockett, who's done nothing more than expose their side's misconduct through lawful litigation. This is projection, plain and simple. Ducey and his anti-what-the-hell's entourage has spent the last year coordinating defamatory campaigns, doxing litigants, tampering with witnesses, leaking court material to smear parties they're actively litigating against, and now facing exposure, their strategy is shifted. Discredit the lawyer before he buries their asses in discovery. Oh, it won't work. This isn't a game. This isn't YouTube drama. This is court, and Deuce Foreskin has become so desperate he's trying to bypass the judiciary by lobbying a licensing body. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. So if you're receiving this as a serious inquiry, don't be surprised when the court starts asking why Ducey is trying to pull you into litigation theater instead of making his arguments where they belong, on the record, in the courtroom, under oath. So here's my advice free of charge. Call Judge Bolitho, ask about Bruce's recent conduct in the Hales v. Preston case. Ask yourself why someone under threat of sanctions is trying to get an opposing attorney disbarred via email, and maybe, just maybe, look into why bar number 10351 is giving legal advice while still claiming to be permanently retired. Your move. Respectfully, not to you. I mean to you, not to him. Shizzywhiznut, breaker of grift chains, wielder of legal facts, and forever daddy to Bruce, Paint Chip, Volmet, and their cult of piece of garbage cowards. What a bunch of asshats.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzywhiznut.
Yeah, my voice is about gone. Sorry about that. Applause. Applesauce. That's what it is. Applesauce. Yes. This is something that whenever I saw this come in, it was a little aggravating to me, because that's all that it is. It's just a bunch of garbage that these guys are pulling. And seeing this kind of actions shows how desperate they are. And yes, it will be sent to the bar. Because if you're wanting to dig into this, then you need to understand where it's coming from. Yeah, I'm not going to play with this garbage. Has anyone heard anything from Tug? Yes. Tug did post on the Twitter, and here, let me pull that up so you guys can see. Well, actually, I'm not going to pull that up because then it'll show everything. So what they said, what Tug said, is my heart catheterization went well. They found an issue, but it's non-surgical. Hopefully this will fix things. Thanks to everyone that wrote and everything. It's been rough go. So, and you get to know and appreciate who your friends are. So thanks to you all. So he does say thank you to all of you. And yes, lots of prayers out for Tug. I did not realize that that's what he was going in for today. I knew that he had something coming up, but I didn't know until last night whenever he sent me a message and said that he was going in for that. I was like, oh, no fun. So I've actually heard that he is back home. It is non-surgical, and hopefully that it gets fixed. That's what we want to hear. What does having to be expelled from dental profession have to do with bar association? Well, here's what it has to do with it, Karen. So being that he was a dentist at one point in time, he was actually a dentist. And this was before he was an attorney. There was an issue at his dental office. And now you have to understand, whenever you run a dental office or you run any business, if something bad happens, you're the one that's held responsible. I mean, that's the first thing to remember. And they didn't feel, whenever he got his bar license, he felt that he had done everything properly. And the bar in the state of Arkansas didn't agree, and they wouldn't allow him to practice or be barred in the state of Arkansas. But he's barred in the state of Florida, and to be barred in the state of Florida, they would have already known about the issue in Arkansas. He would have had to disclose that, which, why wouldn't you? Because if you don't disclose it and they find out, then you have people like this come along and get you disbarred. And that was in 1998. He's been practicing law in the state of Florida since he got his privilege to practice as an attorney in the state of Florida. And he's only had one issue, I think, in 2018. I don't know what the issue was, but the bar handled it, and he's still in good standing. So that's why they're trying to bring it up, because it's trying to throw shade on him. That's all that it is. They're trying to win the court of public opinion. I can't believe you made it through that after being sick. Well done, Shizzy. Thank you, Mama Bear. No, it's because my throat is really, really super dry, and that's exactly what happens. No, I can withstand quite a bit of it, and it's not in bad shape. It really isn't. It sounds worse than it is. Now, on the other hand, I am worried about my wife because she's got it also. Good stuff, which means I'll be sleeping on the couch yet again, although I'm not the sick one. But yeah, it's gotten better. It is getting better, and tomorrow's a new day. And if I don't exercise the vocal cords, then they get really bad. I don't need to. I don't need to send that to Massachusetts. There's no reason for it. I mean, because it's the state of Florida that they're trying to pull this into. Shadow was saying dad cookies are bad for you. Dad cookies? I don't know what those are. One thing about your letter to the bar, you not mention Bruce's real name, only his nickname. Sharon, here's the thing. I do have his real name in the letter that will be sent to him. I have all their real names. Every single one of them their name will be very much highlighted. There won't be as much of my normal writing in there. It's going to be very, very plain and understandable, and it's going to be very clear. Why? Because this dumbass decided to add me onto this because he thinks that I need to cover it. Okay, you're going to get the attention you don't want. And I'm going to make sure that all of it is brought out. Every damn bit of it. They wanted to play. Well, let's play. Let's dance. What was it that Jack Nicholson said in Batman? You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? Yeah. You just opened up a whole can. And it's gonna hurt. Randy's never posted any of his filings on a YouTube stream. No, Randy doesn't need to. Randy doesn't need to. Randy just does his freaking job. I mean, that's what he's been doing. He doesn't go on live streams. He doesn't talk about it. He just does his thing from point A to point B. And I'm sure I'm sure that Randy sleeps well at night, whereas I don't think that Bruce has the ability without, a little bit of puff, pass. Fizzy water. Randy is too high class to do that. I don't think Randy thinks of himself as being high class. I just think that he thinks of himself as being an attorney and doing the best for his client. This narrative that they're trying to create, you have to understand the narrative that they're trying to create isn't for the court. It's for his business. It's for Jeremy's business. See, they're trying to you have to understand these people are destroyers. They are not builders. They see that somebody is doing well. And because it's not that they're not capable of doing well, but they feel that the only way that they can be noticed or do anything well is if they knock the people down a notch or two. It's that whole corporate ladder thing. You remember people talking about, how many people that you have to kick to get to the top of the corporate ladder. Well, and that's what they're doing. Whereas Randy is just climbing the ladder of success. Jeremy's climbing the ladder of success. They're not doing it to climb over people. They're just slogging along, doing their thing. And these are the people that are in such a rush to get to the top that they'll destroy everybody underneath them. Chicken soup fun for the wifey. Yes. She got home and was feeling a little under the weather also. And so I sent her to bed early with some, she doesn't really like chicken noodle soup. So I got her some beef stew that she seems to appreciate. So she's enjoying that. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Mama Bear. Yes, I am concerned for my wife, but she will be fine. She's a healthy person normally. It's just this one got her. So thank you very much. The Creepo system. Yes, Randy is very much a gentleman. Funny how easily heaps of shit find each other and multiply. Yeah. Did I see the experts post today? No, I probably did not see that. I've been working pretty much all day, and I do know that Dollywood kicked his butt too. it was crazy. We did have a lot of fun. Maybe it's more like a dog chasing an ambulance. No, I think that ambulance long gone. He's more like a dog wishing that he could chase an ambulance. An expert just posted that he and White Rabbit tested positive for the coof. Oh, that sucks, dude. That sucks. That sucks. They got the Rona. Oh. So that means that's probably what I got. Oh, is Mrs. sick too? Yeah, she's sick too. So does everyone have it? Yeah, most likely. I mean, that's the way it goes. But hey, did I find the moonshine? Oh no, I didn't find any moonshine. But I do have I did take some moisturizing drop, I guess the best way you can put it. Yeah, like hot water with lemon and honey. I usually what I'll do is I'll get some salt water and I'll gargle it because I have my tonsils will swell from infection. That's where it usually hits me first. Yeah. Oh man, that sucks. Yeah, it sucks bad. Thank you, Emma. I appreciate it. Hot water and lemon. Yes, I've tried all kinds of things. Hot water, lemon. What is his name? Fred. Yeah, Fred from B-52s. Whenever they were in Macon, they were getting. I think the B-52s were getting an award. I'm trying to remember what that award was for. It might have been part of the induction into like rock and roll or something of that sort. And I met Fred because I had gone back to get like some cold beverages. He was in one of the tents, and he's looking around. And he was like, "Hey, do you have a knife?" I was just like, "Yeah," because I mean, I always carried a knife. And he goes, "Do you mind cutting this lemon for me?" Because his voice was shot, and so he just needed a lemon cut so he could make the same thing with the hot tea and the lemon, because it was his voice sounded worse than mine. It was crazy. Yeah, it was pretty interesting because he's just sitting there going, you could see this frustration in his face because they had the lemons there, they had the honey, they had the hot water, they had everything that you needed, but not a damn knife to be found. He was so freaking pissed off. Karen's shout lawyer and to get Fed one going again. Karen's shout lawyer. I don't know what that means, but yeah, zinc works wonders for me. Yeah, I peppermint tea with a shot of rum better than Neo Citron. Knocks you out cold. Yeah, it's not. I don't need to get knocked out cold. Jesus, come on. I don't need to get drunk. Max Lab Judge okayed Stark being on Zoom. That lucky. Oh, that's good. That's good then if he did. That just still means that he has to be there. And I think somebody else said something, and that's right. I don't know if I got you a star, but I will get you one right now. Doggone it, because I think I forgot to get you one. So, but yeah, now I will say that I know that Stark is running scared right now. They're scared of Randy. Yes, that's why they're trying to get him kicked off the case. But they should be aware. Jeremy can get even a better attorney, but they're just trying to delay it further. Yeah, it's not about a better attorney. I think Shock is just very, very effective, and that's the thing, is this is going to be ineffective. That's what I thought. Yeah, he has to go to Levy County on the 18th. That's what I was pretty sure that's what was happening. Yeah, Starkey's. Yeah. From everything that I've heard, everything that I've heard from what Jeremy was talking about last night was that he has to be there. And that's pretty much where it was left off. Now, if something new comes in, I'm sure we'll find out about it, because Jeremy will talk about it if something new comes in. Why wouldn't he? I mean, he knows what's going on. Green tea, ginger, lemon, honey, old-fashioned cure. Oh, I've got all kinds of old-fashioned cures. Not all of them are legal, but I'll be just fine. I'll be just fine. Fed 1 for Thursday morning, the 12th is Zoom. And then that's okay, Angie. You don't need to share. We'll let you keep it all to yourself. Oh, I don't know if you want to let Angie keep it all to herself. She's got some secrets. But for his wife, I won't let him go to court. But his wife will let him go to court. He has no choice. I mean, that's the thing. Yeah, the thumbnail is on the 18th. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. This is probably one of the craziest court filings that I've seen in a while. Just today was a lot. There is more to go over. There's quite a bit more to go over. I mean, we could really dig into a lot of these court pleadings, but it doesn't matter who's driving Stark. See, that's the thing. He can take a freaking cab. The judge has already told him, you have to be here. Like, there's no reason why you can't be here at all. Especially if he's, from what I understand, that people have got pictures of him showing up already in Polk County, which is less than 45 minutes from Levy County. Like on the other side, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's already been done. Well, Lynette can drive herself. She's like, I wasn't sharing that secret. Angie, shame on you. Shame on you, Angie. His wife posted on Facebook. Yeah. They could all rent a short bus. I would gladly be the driver. I mean, I've got the helmet for it, right? and just, you guys just ask Angie how beautiful that helmet is, how glorious it is. There's a court schedule, everyone. The 12th is, yeah. Exactly. We know, Max. Hit the like and subscribe. Yes. Here in Polk County. Now visiting my mom. Awesome. I love it. I love it that you're retired and you're loving it. And I'm also glad that you're visiting your mom. That's a wonderful thing. Polk County is over 2 hours from Levy County. In which direction? Is it Polk County that Ocala? Yeah, he was in Ocala and he was also in Polk County. So it's over 2 hours from Levy County. See, I don't know. I'm just guessing. What happens if he doesn't show up? More sanctions. Like the judge isn't going to play. You see, you don't understand. Whenever a judge tells you to do something, he tells you to jump, you ask how high. To jail right away. He could do that. He could be arrested on the spot. But most definitely he would receive more sanctions. I mean, Can he afford that? I don't know. I guess it depends on how much trouble he's going to get into. I think the judge has made it very clear that, and also it's going to hurt him financially, because you're looking at you're looking at not only is him not showing up going to hurt Lynette, but it's also going to hurt him financially, which means that they're going to be responsible for his court costs, his attorney's fees. And any time and sanctions added on top of that, it's just going to get worse and worse. This is what dumbass doesn't understand as he's filing shit with the state bar. Thank you for making me feel better. Same thing your wife has. Oh, sorry to hear that, Jen Marie. How are you doing, Angie? Did you get the coof? Did you get a little bit of the sniffly snots? I don't know. Thank you, Jen Marie. I appreciate you. That is a wonderful, wonderful thing. And I'm sorry that you're feeling awful. I don't feel bad. Once I got past the initial thing, I was good. So once I got past that, if he doesn't show, can LP sue him? I mean, it's too late for that. No, she can't sue him. Where's Starkstown? How far from Levy County? I don't know. He's not far though. That's the thing. Maybe that's where I was getting it wrong. I think he's 45 minutes from Levy County, and he was traveling all the way out to Polk County. I think that's right. I think he's in what is it, Cedar or something, right? Like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't like to give out people's locations. I don't like to give out people's locations. I look at it as doxing, but I think he's 45 minutes from Levy County. And yeah, I think that's where I got it wrong. Where does Stark live? Cedar. I want to say Cedar Keys, but I would be lying to stand by that and be absolutely positive that's where he's at. Angie, you're sick too. Oh, I told you we shouldn't have made out. Do you think we got it from the park? I think that's where we got it from, was the park. That's what I think happened. We got it from the park. Migraine isn't going away. We'll watch tomorrow. Oh, Ma, you get to feeling better. Sorry to hear that. We'll watch tomorrow. It will be good. It will be just as good tomorrow as it was today. Love, Sheriff Grady Judge. Oh, well, thank you very much, Jagger 5. I appreciate you. Thanks for another great show overview of the case up to today. Yeah, and I hope that a lot of people have found it really useful and very helpful. Because there was a lot of stuff in those pleadings today. And the important things were just to note that Randy is absolutely on fire with these. I mean, and if there's any indication by what he filed on Marla Hughes, all of their 12B motions are going to be destroyed every single time they file one of those. And then they have to move forward to the next phase. And then they'll move over on another. Did you miss Bolitho's order? Yes. Not just one, two orders. Hold on just a second. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Yes. Spent a lot of time in Central. Oh, you'll go back. Oh, yes. There's a lot to unpack today. I guarantee you there was a lot to unpack today. Thank you. It's definitely worth a rewatch. And also I can't wait to hear Tug and Megan's take on this. Also, I did notice that both of them weren't streaming, and I was able to get on early because my wife was in bed. I was like, well, shoot, I'll just go ahead and start up a little bit early tonight. Normally I wouldn't have started as early as I did, but for that, I saw that they were not streaming. I was like, I missed them. I miss Doug. He's quite entertaining. I usually listen to him while I'm fixing dinner or hanging out with my wife. I'll just have it like softly playing in one ear and just be like, ooh, that was good. That was interesting. I had no idea, because his take on things are absolutely wonderful. And my prayers are out to Tug and his family, because going in and having someone poking and prodding around inside your heart is never going to be fun. But it seems like they did find an issue. It's non-surgical, and hopefully it'll fix things. That's what he said. Yes, Tug's voice is very soothing. And he's a good person too. That's the beauty of it. Not just soothing, but a good person. That's not like he's Jesus and walks on water or anything like that, but he's good people. I mean, we can only hold our heroes up so high. That's a tough line to cross, being able to walk on water. I mean, he can float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, and don't get in the way of those rings, because he might just knock out an eye or something like that. I'm a metal decoratorist. Mine is the Mercury coin, not the car, but that's cool. I'm very close to Atlantic Beach. Very cool. That's what I want to be doing. I would love to be doing the metal detector out on the beaches. That would be awesome. I could walk on frozen water. I can too. A lot of people can. It's amazing. Harley Road shows the weather in Ireland. Yeah, I like that. Love Tug, Megan, love you, all you. Yeah, we do what we do, and like I said, there's always going to be a special place, in my heart for Megan and Tug. They have been very, very nice and welcoming. And what is the name of this show? Where is is this where the short people go? We're all short people. What are you talking about? So is it true? Is it true? They're saying that expert got the vid, man. He got the big C. That's no good. It's no good. I don't like hearing that. Oh, Volstorm got it. Yes, it's true. Oh, gosh. That's why I sound so deep and sexy. You're not short. Nah. Oh, you live just outside of Greensboro in Brown Summit. Nice. Calvin, that hairbrush. When I moved down here in New York, we had an ice storm, then 3 inches of snow. Well, hell, whenever I moved here to Georgia, into Atlanta, it was, you can teach me. No, I do pretty good on my own. I just don't have time. That's the bad part about it. I wish I just had more time to do it. That is my goal. My wife laughs at me. I'm just, because I've got it's not some high dollar metal detector. It's pretty easy to figure out what is what, though. What I like to do is go, like, after 4th of July, we got places that like they'll have bleachers and stuff like that. I usually go out there the next day, find like watches and money and all kinds of crap like that. It's pretty awesome. Just right after 4th of July, go out there and just, there you go. Easy peasy stuff. I think I've found something like 80 or 90 bucks at one time, like just in coins. Stark and the wife managed to go Orlando for the second honeymoon with no issue. Stark can go to Levy County. He just doesn't want to go. He might get escorted via police car if he doesn't show. The judge can arrange for him to be there. if he doesn't want to show up or says that he can't drive or can't be driven, well, he could say, well, I'll make sure you have a police escort. You will appear in front of me, my court. This is just more delay. Makes you wonder who's actually filing those kinds of things for him. Is it his wife? Is he the attorney, or is his wife filing things in his behalf? Thank you very much, Janice. I appreciate you, because that's very kind. Yeah, and sorry here to I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, sorry. Orlando is probably further than Levy County and more stop and go traffic, which is horrible. Yeah, that does happen. Oof. Do something here really quick. And oh wow. Oh geez, it looks like the master of disaster is going to be live. A little bit. There we go. After I'm going to be sending all you guys over. Yeah, I just looked at Discord and was sending a message out to somebody, and I noticed that MG is live. Well, why not send you guys over to CMG? Because my voice is just about gone, and I've got to still get some video editing done. I'm like this close to getting my album together. It's just the cover isn't working like I want it to do, but the cover is going to be great. I want it to be great. I think I have a good idea. I just need to tweak it a little bit more. And then for whatever reason, my releases disappeared off my main page. So I'm going to have to figure out what's going on with my distributor and see if I can get that straightened out. But other than that, this is going to be a beautiful time. I'm going to send all of you lovely people, go see MG. Make sure that you show him some love. Hit that like button while you're here. Smack it really hard. Make it know that it likes to play dirty, and just tell it, you dirty little like button. You deserve to be smacked just maybe a little harder. Maybe in the right way. But thank you very much, you guys. You have a wonderful evening, and I will talk to you all very soon. And I won't be streaming tomorrow morning because that'll be my day off. It's Thursday, yes. But I will be on tomorrow evening. So keep an eye out for that. I'm sure there's going to be more shenanigans. In the meantime,
was done, bless your heart, but I'm still living rent-free. It's a work of art. Call me daddy, call me nut, call me the goat. You're paddling upstream while I'm running this boat. You say, I don't care, yet you're glued to the screen. Caught up in my glow while you stay unseen. Your shade's like a breeze, it's barely a draft. Meanwhile, I'm the Picasso of roasting your ass. You say you're over me, oh how cute, but here I am, still the star of your loop. You're my biggest fans, don't even deny. So grab some popcorn when daddy goes live. Call me daddy, yeah, shout it loud. King of your thoughts, I'm making you proud. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, headline act. Your background noise, and that's just a fact. Let's face the score. You hate that you love me, but you keep wanting more. You're like a dog chasing cars, you don't know why. But here you are, barking while I touch the sky. Your comments are gold, such comedy gold. Who hurt you? Oh wait, it's me, I'm told. You're keeping tabs like an unpaid intern while I'm cashing checks. When will you learn? Your timeline's a shrine to every move I make. I'd say thanks, but you're a nasty skank. Oh, Shizzy's washed up. Yeah, sure, Jan, yet here I am, the centerpiece of your plan. You hate watch my stream like it's Oscar night, but guess what, kiddos? I'm still shining bright. Call me daddy. Send in your bread. I'm still rent-free in your effing head. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy on your brain. I'm I'm your mental landlord, you can't complain. Let's keep it real. You hate that I'm winning, but you love how it feels. Oh, I'm sorry, did I break your streak? You tried to ignore me for like half a week, but daddy's too spicy, you can't look away. I'm the train wreck you need every single day. So while you're out there with your plastic clout, I'm here sipping coffee watching you freak out. You're irrelevant, wow, what a take. Now go rewatch my vids while I count how much I make. Like count how much I make. Call me daddy, yeah, own it now. I'm reading your brain and you don't know how. Pop a nut, shizzy daddy, let's at the bar. I'm the constellation, you're a burned out star. Embrace your role, cause I'm the main character. You're just an old ragged ass, burned out troll. So that's your bedtime story, kids tucked in sweet and snug. Shizzy daddy's forever, you lose and you're stuck in the mud. Now say goodnight to Papa Nut, your mental pain. Oh wait, you will see me tomorrow's. Agenda will see me tomorrow, same obsession, same effing thing.
Show some